Hi guys, this is your girl Takyah, and I'm actually a little bit sleepy. Y'all, I've been going to sleep. I'm trying to get my body back on track, okay, so I can continue to get this weight off and stay in shape and work out early and have my whole day ahead of me. And I'm working on this crazy, awesome script. I don't want to tell y'all TMI, too much information. But the Lord has me working on something, and that takes pretty much my whole day. So I have been trying to go to sleep early. But anyway, I actually wanted to talk about something tonight. So I saw a post, actually a question I was asked along with the post that I saw just a few minutes ago that made me come up with this. And the post said, oh crap, I should have screenshot. The post said, are you ready for what you're praying for? Oh my God. And y'all know me, I'm deep. Y'all know I'm about to get deep. What? But so that hit me because earlier I was asked a question. Is it okay for me to date if I'm still into my ex or whatever that was? So that question along with that post sparked some in me. Y'all know it only take a mustard seed of something to happen for me to get inspiration. I can get 10 pages out of something, out of a one seed. Y'all know that's how I do. But anyway, so the topic and the title for this, now I'm not gonna go really deep into this because I have my Bible here, but I'm not gonna go through scripture. I'm not gonna do all of that stuff. This is really just a question. Are you ready for what you've been praying for? I feel that sometimes people, and the topic is marriage. What is it? What is it? What is marriage? And I feel that sometimes people come into marriage with a false sense. And the reason why I chose this picture, I want you guys to look at this picture while I'm talking to you. This is beautiful in its own right, but that is not what marriage is. Once again, this picture is extremely beautiful and gorgeous, but that is not what marriage is. That is what the wedding is. And I feel that in this generation, we have men and women alike, that if you haven't been cultivated or really trained or anything like that, you will go into marriage with a false idea, a false notion that marriage is this picture below. And it's not. Marriage is, it's a covenant. It's love. It sticks around after the diagnosis of the doctor. It sticks around after the car accident and a spouse, Lord forbid, lost a limb. It sticks around after the loss of a job. It sticks around when the hormones are raging and when you're passionate and you're in the kitchen and the living room and all that good stuff, when the passion is hot. And it sticks around when the passion is low. Marriage sticks around through good times and also the bad. It's not a wedding. It's not a one-day event or a magic wand and poof, things are perfect now. But it's work. It's faithfulness. It's sacrifice. And although marriage is so beautiful, especially when you are married to the person God chose for you. Now, I'm going to go into depth on that on another video. I won't do that here about God ordained and all that. But it's extremely beautiful when you wait on who God has for you versus settling and just getting anybody. Because God gives you an extra grace versus you being in disobedience and then his hands is off of it and he's like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Anyway, I don't want to get on that. Marriage is a sacrifice. It's a commitment, but more than anything, it's a holiness. Someone who you can say I do with. Someone who you can go from glory to glory with until the both of you are standing in the presence of God. So marriage is not a wedding. It's not a one-day event. It's not, oh, queen getting married to my king. It's not, oh, I'm just going to get married to my favorite person and poof, things are going to be perfect. No, it's not tit for tat games. It's not little children games. It's not pride. It's not pettiness. It's not let me test her or him to see how far I can go, or let me say something or do something that will arouse their anger just to make them mad. It's not pettiness. It's not a husband or a wife made me upset, so now I'm finna go get entangled and vent to somebody else and pour out all my emotions on another woman or man when I should have just went home and talked it out with my mate. Marriage marriage is not for the faint at heart. It's not for the wishy-washy. It's not for the double-minded. The Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. God is not going to give you anything, at least not his person. Now, you can go and get your own, but he's not going to give you his daughter or his son if you're double-minded. So even with that question, no, you have to get rid of everything. Now, y'all know God, he don't play, okay? I'm black and white in that sense. I do have grace, but there's some areas and things that I don't have the grace for, nor the tolerance for, like, childlike things and things like that, because y'all know I'm prophetic, so, and a prophet, so I see through a lot of stuff, and I see and look at things more deeper than other people will. I always look at the reason why, instead of just what's laying out in front of me. Instead of the symptom, I go and say, hey, what made this symptom happen? But what I wanted to say was, y'all know Samuel told Saul to go and wait for him, and it ended up taking too long to Saul. He said, oh, the prophet, where is he? Taking too long. We need to go to war. I need to become a priest. And he getting out of order. He was a king. He was not a priest. He trying to step into something that wasn't even his role. And then he's over here getting lambs and bulls and slaying them on the altar, trying to do something that he was not ordained to do. And he disobeyed. And Samuel was like, what have you done? God doesn't want sacrifice. He wants obedience. And God said, you know what? I'm going to give him another chance. Then he told Saul to destroy everything. And what did Saul say? This is the second time disobeying God. And what did Saul say? Saul said, I feared the people. I feared them, Lord. And telling Samuel this. And Samuel didn't want to hear nothing that he had to say, because either you're going to obey God or you're not. Either you're going to keep the kingdom and get what he has for you, who he has for you, or you're not. God is black and white in that sense. It's that simple. Even for me, either I was going to lose weight and my husband would be able to see me as his wife and be attracted to me, or I was going to stay fat and he was going to overlook me and be like, nah, that ain't my wife. So it's an obedience thing. It's more than, y'all know, it's deeper than weight. It's obedience unto God. But anyway, either you're going to be obedient and get the blessings of God, or you're not, and you're just going to stay where you are and be in limbo and going in circles and circles and up and down and wishy-washy situations and back and forth with people, trying to get, 3 or 4 or 5 different people to fill the spot where one person could have filled had you obeyed God. But anyway, y'all, marriage is not all of that. It's not this picture. That's a wedding. And I feel that in this generation, we have so many people, like I said, men as well as women, mostly women, but there's a few men too, who think that that's what marriage is. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's a nice wedding, but it's holiness more than anything. And it's someone who is going to be there for you through thick and thin, who you said your vows to, and you meant those vows for better or for worse. I feel that when we go into relationships and we go into different things, especially God-ordained relationships, I remember, this perfect story. This is perfect. I remember Amanda Ferguson, and I don't want to lie. I don't want to say it down to the T, because I can't remember. It was a few years ago. I was on her Periscope, back when Periscope was on, so y'all know that was a while ago. And she was talking about a situation. She was talking to the single ladies, and she was talking about a situation that had happened between her and her husband when they were dating at the end of their dating course. And she was really in love with him. He was in love with her. But I think he pulled her aside. And I don't want to lie, but if I could remember correctly, he pulled her aside and was like, hey, there's this other woman, and I don't know which one of you guys to choose. And she said she was so calm, and she said, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Jonathan, okay. And she said when she got done with that conversation, she blocked him, unfollowed him. He couldn't change her number. He blocked his phone. He couldn't get a hold to her mama, to nobody. He was calling and trying to get a hold to her like crazy, because she was a woman that knew her worth. See, that right there is the difference between a little girl who's in a woman's body and then a woman who's a woman. Because the things that you do, the test and the small stuff or prideful or whatever it is that you got going on with a little girl, she will allow it because she's a little girl. But a woman is going to look at you and just walk away. Long story short, because women, real women, we don't have time for foolishness and or drama. Nothing of the sort. I don't have time for it. where God has taken me in my life. But anyway, so from the story, from what I can remember, Amanda Ferguson, I think she said they were in the store one day, and lo and behold, that of course that was God ordained. The husband who she's happily married to now said it's the best decision he could have ever made. But anyway, look, his head got real clear after that, huh? But anyway, said he chased her down in the store, and she said she was trying to get out the store so fast that he blocked her in like, I ain't letting you go, woman. I need you in my life. I didn't see what it's like to be without you for 3 months. She said she did this for 3 months, and he just so happened, but we know things aren't coincidences, it's God. But she said he just came to the store the same time she was leaving out and chased her down and got her like, I ain't living without you. I can't do this. No. And they're married now, happily, 4 beautiful children, pastoring a church and anointed, set on fire for God. She's his rib, and it flows, and it's beautiful, and the glory is just on both of them. But what happens is when you are not ready, that's what brings me back to that post. Are you ready for what you're praying for? When you are not ready, and you try to either maybe you know who your God ordained spouse is, maybe you don't, maybe you have an inkling, maybe you have an idea, maybe you're not sure, but however, you start dating someone new and you still got other stuff going on with a person or people. It could be multiple people, and you're not sure if you are ready for marriage. The best thing that you can do is to tell God that, and also not to start anything new until everything is killed. It reminds me of when God told Saul to kill the Amalekites, kill everything, the sheep, the cattle, the herd, the men, the woman, the king, the queen, kill all of them, whoever, kill them all. And the reason why, oh God, y'all, oh Jesus, this is deep. The reason why God told Saul and tells us even in our own lives to do that is because something will come up later. We know 500 years down the line, a seed from that same lineage, because he didn't kill them all, came up and wanted to kill the entire nation, the entire heritage of the Jews, and Esther had to be risen up. Now that's deep, but because of Saul's disobedience, God had to raise up Esther. Whoo, Jesus, I felt that. But sometimes if you don't kill everything, your pride, your entanglement with your exes, and your whatever it is, your attitude, your provoking people to wrath when things don't go your way, whatever it is. I'm just giving examples. Attitude, women, your haughtiness, your smart mouth. Hey, that hit me. If you don't completely get rid of that stuff to the best of your ability, if you don't get rid of that stuff and really truly cry out and give that to God, what'll happen is you will get in a God-ordained relationship. God will be like, okay, here you go, son. And because you didn't fully kill that thing, or that you didn't fully nip it in the bud, you still going back and forth, still going to a house. She coming over your house. Y'all know I'm deep. She coming over your house, still whatever, laying up, still talking, still conversation, still around. What will happen is, he or she, what'll happen is you will get your God-ordained spouse, and then that thing, like 500 years later, like that seed will pop up, and then it can destroy something that God tried to destroy, something that God wanted for you, something that had you would have fully obeyed God, that would have never happened. Jonathan, that was a blessing. That was God's grace and mercy that led him in the store that day to get his wife that he's now married to, because she wasn't going. And I ain't either. Ladies say, look, I ain't either. So you have to wash your hands and be like, Lord, and even if when it comes to soul ties, if you need help, You have to cry out to God. There was a man, my fiance, who the Lord said, write his name down on a piece of paper and burn it up. And once you do that, wash yourself 7 times in the bathtub. I know that may sound crazy. There was another one. I didn't have sex with this man, but there was another man who I had a soul tie with emotionally, and intellectually. Y'all, this man was so intelligent. He had my head spinning. We would talk for 4, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 hours a day on the phone at night, just straight through the night, be sleepy the next morning because the conversations were so on fire and deep. And we didn't kiss, we didn't do none of that. But because I was entangled with him emotionally, I had to get that broken. And even though the relationship was over, and I didn't reach back out to him, but even though the relationship was over, I said, nah, I can't do this. He's got some narcissistic ways or whatever. I can't do it. But he was a man who provoked me to anger a lot. If you try to provoke me to anger, I'm going to walk away because I don't want that spirit coming out of me. But anyway, so God told me, give him $100. Hey! Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, I'm still hurting. Anyway, I'm just playing, y'all. But God told me to give this man $100 and the soul tie will be broken. Don't y'all know that as soon as I cashed that man $100, I ain't thought about him 1 second, 1 minute since. So God takes the foolish things to confound the wise. And if you need help in breaking soul ties between exes, between other people, between women or men, or whoever you've been with or slept with, or even if it hasn't gotten physical, but it's just emotionally, it's just a codependency. It's just, oh, I'm used to this person being around and now God trying to take them out of my life. I don't know how I'm going to act. Whatever it is, and you truly, now if you want to continue to be disobedient, then go ahead. Go. Everybody, the thing about God is he doesn't force his will on any of us. He shows it. He reveals it to you even, but he will never force it upon you. What he simply does is, just like Saul, when you disobey, my God, he raises up a David to take your place. God is not he always has a ram in the bush. He's not a person who is going to go back and forth with the person about his will. He shows it to you, reveals it to you, may have dreams, views, confirmation, and he waits on you to do it. If you don't act, he says, okay, this person, come get it. And that's how God works. The only person that can stop you from your ordained destiny and the perfect will of God is you. It's nobody else. People always say, oh, you gonna get whoever God got for you. Oh, no. The Bible says if you are obedient and what? And willing, then you shall inherit the land. You can't inherit nothing that God got for you being disobedient and unwilling. It doesn't work like that. So, and when it comes to people and women and men, and I'm finna cut this off. I don't want this to be too long. I really wanted to stay under 10 minutes. My God, I be talking too much. Anyway, but even when it comes to women and men that God has given to you, an amazing man, an amazing woman who God know y'all gonna get together and Satan gonna be angry the day y'all met. Even with that, God is not going to put his son. He loves his son so much. He's not going to put his daughter. Oh, his heart burns for his daughter. He's not going to put them in positions to be hurt because you still want to be double-minded, or you still want to do things your way, or you just don't understand the will of God. You don't understand the weightiness of the will of God and why it's so important for you to obey. And that's okay. God will just raise someone else up to take your place. And I say that as most assuredly as my name is Takyah. I've seen him do it. I know he will do it. So yeah, and it's not to put fear in anybody or in any of us. It's just to tell you that even with me, I could have said, man, screw you, God, I ain't finna lose no weight. Forget you. He gonna take me 200 and some. Oh, I mean, I was heavy. I don't even want to tell y'all how much I weigh. Look, he gonna take me 200 and some pounds, and that's gonna be it, okay? I could have said that. I could have had that attitude, and God would have turned his head to the left sideways and been like, okay, come on up here, Brittany, come on up here, Ashley, and get this man. You see what I'm saying? God is not going to tarry with disobedience. It's just that simple. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter how close you think you are with God. I still had to obey. So at the end of the day, if you are truly not ready, then you need to relate it to God. Then you don't need to get into something new. You need to stay right where you are. You need to go through some things. You need to figure some things out. You need to get some more things off of you. You need to close whatever doors you need to close, because the last thing that, trust me, that you want to do is get your God-ordained spouse, begin to date them, and then the ex or another man or woman or whoever you did not close the door on and fully give up, try to come back. Or they, oh, can we meet? Can we talk one last time? And then you, I'm just giving an example. I don't know why I'm giving this. I'm just giving an example. Then you in a restaurant talking to your ex, and your God-ordained spouse walk in, who you're dating now, and she don't know what's going on. He don't know what's going on. And then they block you, and you never hear from them, never talk to them again. They don't even want to give you a chance to explain. Why? Because that door should have already been closed. So I know that may sound kind of harsh, and you know, I'm a compassionate person. I'm a forgiving person. I'm a person of mercy. But at the same time, I'm not a person that tarries with foolishness. So you want to definitely make sure you're ready, not just for the wedding. And ladies, that is something so deep that I really could go and talk about long, about being ready for just a wedding. Most of y'all just want weddings. You just want colorful colors. You just want to be seen. You don't care about the man himself. You don't care about serving him. You don't care about cooking for him. You don't care about getting on your knees and crying out to God for him. And if you do, it's shallow prayers. You don't care about the deep things of his heart. You don't care about his money and helping him save and helping him build a legacy and helping him render and raise children right and helping him do all. You don't care. You just want a cute little wedding and to be seen. That's what so many women are not even ready for. You're not even ready for. You don't even know that you're still a little girl and you need to grow up. And even men, you're still little boys and you still have some growing to do. Some of y'all just ain't ready, and that's okay. But the wonderful thing about it is pray and God will give you the grace to get ready. Now that grace may not be as long as you think it's going to be. It may be a month, it may be 2 months, maybe 6 months, a year, whatever it is. But God will, when you're honest to God, like David, that's the difference between David and Saul. Oh my God. Saul lied, but David cried. Jesus. David said, Lord, you right. It's in me. Help me get rid of it. Lifted up his hands and cried out, Lord, you are right. I am that man. How do I get rid of this? Forgive me. Saul, well, I obeyed God. No, you lied. And now you're lying to the prophet too. Anyway, that's a whole nother study. Y'all. But long story short, make sure that you're ready for what you pray for. And for what you've prayed for and cried out for. Because like I said, the last thing that you want to do is begin to date your God-ordained spouse, somebody who you are in love with, somebody where it's peaceful, it's holy, it's beautiful. And then an ex try to reach back out, or somebody else. And then it's a misunderstanding. And then you be sitting up looking like, oh my God, if only I woulda, shoulda, coulda. Or you praying with your God-ordained spouse, but then you go to your ex-house late at night. God is not a God of confusion. So make sure, and even me, and I say this in the most humblest way, there's enough woman in me to where the man and my husband and the man I'm going to marry, he ain't going to need no second woman, no mistress. Amen. You ladies, ain't that right? Y'all better say that about yourself. Believe that about yourself. Because, baby, I do so much. From the rooty to the tooty. As they say, I do so much and care. And one thing I've always told my exes now, at the very beginning of every relationship, they all can attest to that. I always tell them I never, ever backtrack. And that goes to the NBA players, to the well-renowned pastors, to the man making $100,000 a year. So it don't matter who you are, I don't backtrack. Once I start seeing foolishness, I'm out. Because I know my worth. Because I'm not a little girl, but I'm a woman. So, y'all just make sure that you get out everything that you need to get out before you start dating anybody. Whether they're your God-ordained spouse or not. Just get out everything. Get it out of you. Get it out your system. If you know, Lord, I'm really ready for marriage, hang up your player jersey. And I really want the one this time. Or if you know you need a little bit more time, whatever it is, relay it to God. But do not bring somebody new into something that you're still unsure about. Or if you're unsure, because if they like me, then that ain't going to end well. It just ain't going to end well. But anyway, y'all make sure that you're ready. Make sure that you truly, truly study marriage. And I'm going to do some more videos about marriage and breaking it down in topics and go to the word and a husband or wife and all of that. But not tonight. I just wanted to get on here to say, make sure that you're ready for marriage and not just the wedding day. Okay? So y'all be blessed. I pray that this this late night talk bless you. And I'm finna get out of here. I'm finna go write a little bit more in this script, and then I'm finna chill and I'm finna go to bed. So take it on in. But I pray that y'all are blessed. I pray that y'all have a great night. And once again, make sure you're ready for what you pray for. All right. Bye guys. Y'all have a great night.